Yo, what's good? It's DJ back again with another episode of DJ's Garden. I appreciate y'all tuning back in. Sorry about the sound. The traffic is kind of going a little crazy this morning, so excuse me for that, but I hope the audio is not too bad. But I'm back here in the backyard. I actually wasn't going to record a video today. I just got finished watering the grass. It's about, I would say probably about 7:45, 8 o'clock in the morning. But I just got finished watering the grass. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually feed some of the plants in my greenhouse and then put them all outside like I showed in my previous video. But I just wanted to show quickly how I'm gonna feed some of the seedlings. I'm not gonna show and record every single one just because it'll take too long, but I'm gonna make a quick little video about how I'm gonna feed them. So we're gonna go ahead and go straight over to the greenhouse now. I'm gonna set the camera up on a tripod and then I'm gonna come back and show exactly how I'm gonna feed some of the plants that I have in there. Alright, so I'm in the greenhouse now and I got the camera set up on a tripod, but basically this is like one of the trays of the pepper plants that I have. So just looking like a little bit closer, so you can see on the little marker says bell pepper, so that's a bell pepper. I'm trying to get it to a good angle where it'll focus well, but you can see it's the first leaves are called, well, they're called cotyledons, but the first leaves came out and then the true leaves already started to come out as well. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the feed directly to the soil, mix it into the soil and then water it in. Like I mentioned in a previous video, I like to use granular soil or granular feed instead of liquid feed. So the feed I'm using is just like this regular, like organic all-purpose feed. And like I mentioned in one of my previous videos about the nutrients that the plant needs, this one is 4-4-4, so that means it's got 4% nitrogen, 4% phosphorus, and 4% potassium. And then it has some other like micronutrients in it as well. And another thing that I mentioned in my previous video is that you don't want to overfeed. You want to pretty much underfeed everything that you do. So for this one, I'm not sure how clear it is, but for seeds and new plantings, you're supposed to do about 1.5 tablespoons per 4-inch pot. The pots that I'm using are 4-inch pots, so I don't want to use full strength. So typically what I would do is for every tablespoon there's 3 teaspoons, so 1.5 tablespoons will come to about 4.5 teaspoons. So a quarter of the strength is perfectly fine for seedlings that small. So I would really just throw like 1 teaspoon in there instead of 1 tablespoon, mix it into the soil, water it, and then keep moving. It should be good to go. So I'll show exactly how I'll do that right now, and then that should pretty much wrap up this video. That's all I'm doing this morning. And then I'm gonna do it to pretty much every plant, so that's gonna take a little bit of time. So I won't show exactly how I do every single one, but I'll at least show how I do one. That way, if you wanna feed your plants too, you'll know exactly how to do it. A teaspoon right here. And like I said, it's granular, so with granular feeds, it just looks like basically like small rocks or like a little pile of dirt. You can smell some of probably the nutrients in it from some of the like organic material that's broken down. But basically I would just take this right here, just 1 teaspoon of it. And then for the new planting, I'm gonna just kind of add it into the soil. And then what I would do is just kind of mix it into the soil. So just using my finger, just do it lightly. You don't really want to disturb the roots, but just kind of mix it into the soil a decent amount where it's kind of really incorporated. And then I'm gonna just give it a light watering as soon as I put it down. Well, actually, I'm gonna probably have to pause the camera and run and get my watering can real quick, but that's pretty much how you add the feed. I'm gonna stop the camera right now real quick just so I can get my watering can and then show how I'll water it real quick. Alright, so now that I've added the feed to the soil, I'm basically just gonna take this watering can. So I really just water it in. You don't want to overwater it, but you want to give it a good amount of watering where the soil is moist. Hopefully make the food moist as well, right? So I watered it right to where it's starting to run. Just where the soil is entirely moist, where the food will kind of be able to incorporate into the soil a little bit better. And I probably watered it a little bit too much, like you see it's still running, but just water it to the point where the feed is well incorporated into the soil, but not really any more or any less than you would typically water it whenever the soil gets dry. But I'm gonna do that same process for pretty much at least the pepper plants and like the tomato plants in here. And then I'm gonna set them outside like I did in my previous video. But I don't think the next couple days it's gonna be raining anyway, so I don't think there will be many updates for me. I'm gonna try to do all my feeding this morning since some of the tomato plants look a little bit malnourished, like this one right here, for example. But that's pretty much all I'm doing today. So if you haven't, make sure you subscribe and sharing the videos. I plan on uploading this one and uploading more here in the next couple of days, especially as the last frost day is coming up and spring is really kind of kicking in. But I appreciate it. Until next time, guys, peace.